My name is Callie. I'm here doing another artist spotlight for the New Orleans Art Center. Our special guest today is Luke Fontana.
No, Luke Fontana.
Luke
Fontana.
Fontana.
Luke Fontana.
But anyway, he is a famous attorney, photographer, and artist in New Orleans, and today he's going to tell us all about what he does.
Well, I think the best work that I did was Valley of the Pecan Gatherers, which was what I got my grant from the National Endowment of the Arts, Washington, D.C. My jazz photography came later, okay? And I just fell in love with the concept and the idea. As a civil rights lawyer, I represented a lot of Afro-Americans in the city of New Orleans, and I started seeing the beauty of blacks in the rural South connected to nature, and I was starting to get into the environmental movement with Save Our Wetlands at the time, so everything seemed to gel together. Being an attorney, as a civil rights lawyer, contact with a lot of Afro-Americans, being in the environmental movement, seeing the beauty of blacks in the rural South, and that's why I got my grant in the National Endowment of the Arts, Washington, D.C.
Wow. So your career as an attorney really kind of inspired your work as an artist.
It did. It got me seeing the beauty, really, of black folks.
How do you choose the subjects in your work?
Well, I just used to take off on the weekends and just head out to the country, and it seems like sometimes that God was somewhere saying, here you are, here's Clementine Hunter.
So whoa. You would see somebody and you would get kind of like a vision, or?
Yeah, and I'd go and ask for their permission to photograph, and I seem to have had a unique way to get people to let me photograph.
Yeah. I understand you met Clementine Hunter.
I did.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, there was an artist in the square who eventually became quite famous, Bruce Bryce. He was set up at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival for a long, long time, and when he was at Jackson Square, we became friends, and he was what you would call a Louisiana primitive type artist. I'm not saying he imitated Clementine Hunter, but he knew who she was. I didn't at the time. And he sent me to Melrose Plantation and Cane River Road outside of Natchitoches to find her, and it was a great experience. I got to interview her, not only with my camera, but also audio. Tina and Herman has the audio, and if anybody buys one of my Clementine Hunters, I'd say get the audio too, because that's free, that's Lanyard.
For those of you who don't know, Clementine Hunter was a black folk artist from the Cane River region of Louisiana. She started her art career around the 1940s when her family moved to the Melrose Plantation. Hunter produced 5,000 to 10,000 paintings that tell the story of her life experience and preserves a depiction of African American life in the rural South.
I remember saying, Clementine, do you have any paintings for sale? And I always thought she said, yeah, they're $75, but I went over my notes. They were like $35. I said, well, I'd like to buy one. And she said, well, Miss So-and-so up in Monroe just buys everything I paint. I just don't have any more right now. So
wow.
God, I had a Clementine Hunter for $35.
Well, that's all the questions that we have today for Luke. If you want to check out his work, it's at the NewOrleansArtCenter.com. Please go check it out. It's documented a lot of the culture that we have here in New Orleans. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you next time.
Luca! Adios.